Episode number 7 of the Tennessee Volunteers Dynasty Mode here on NCAA 14, and Tennessee is officially ranked. We are number 24 in the country after beating Georgia and Notre Dame in back-to-back weeks, and now we will take on the South Carolina Gamecocks back at home in Knoxville. Let's see if Tennessee can pick up their first win as officially a ranked team. For South Carolina, they're 2-3. You look at their wins, it's Vandy and Kentucky. Kentucky's solid, but Vandy, come on. You go back to the top 25 rankings, it is Bama, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Florida, Louisiana, Michigan, Ohio State, A&M, Clemson, Iowa State, Wisconsin, then Miami, Oregon State still undefeated, NC State, Georgia, Michigan State, LSU, USC, Arizona State, there is Texas, then the Oregon Ducks, then Auburn, Oklahoma State, and there we are at 24, and then at 25, rounding out the top 25 is the Washington Huskies. Yeah, Cincinnati, UCLA, BYU, Nevada, Boston College, and Texas Christian all receiving votes, but we have kicked Notre Dame out of the rankings, and now we are in at 24, taking on South Carolina. It's a game we should win before taking on Alabama next week. Here we go. Here from Knoxville, Tennessee, the Tennessee Volunteers look to go 5-2 on this season. Again, next week they're taking on the number 1 ranked team in the country. It will be Bryce Young and the Alabama Crimson Tide, but you can't look ahead. You gotta deal with a pretty solid South Carolina team. Again, there's no bad team in the SEC. Well, except for Vanderbilt, but South Carolina's solid. They got a pretty good run attack, and they are led by their quarterback in Luke Doty. Doty can throw, he can run. Very good option from South Carolina here. They'll be trotting out here on the road against the Tennessee Volunteers. And also, folks, we asked for 50 likes for this video to come out today. You guys delivered. Can we get 55 likes on this video? And then I'll get you the Alabama game this weekend. So 55 likes is the goal. If we can reach that, the Alabama game will be up this weekend. And folks, if you have not yet, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more Tennessee Volunteers Dynasty Mode here on the channel. Again, Tennessee looks for win number 5 against the Gamecocks. And of course, Hendon Hooker still dealing with some injuries, but of course, he will be the starter listed once again as probable for this game. But we're going with Hooker over Joe Milton. And here is the scene from Knoxville. It is a packed house. You see the South Carolina fans, but mostly they're packed for the Volunteers. Let's get this one going, starting with the football will be the Gamecocks. So here is Luke Doty. It's a 3rd and 6. He's gonna drop back. Doty looking to his left. He's got a man wide open. For the first down, it will be Josh Van. It's a gain of 24. South Carolina's now got a 2nd and 3, and Doty will find his man out the backfield. It will be Jaheim Bell. Bell's got 16 yards. Move the sticks again for South Carolina. Doty again looking. Over the middle, he has got his receiver. This time it will be Jalen Brooks. And it's been all South Carolina on this first drive. Now it's a toss to the right. It's going to the star running back. It will be Kevin Harris. Harris is going to go 15 yards untouched. And what a drive for South Carolina. They go up 7-0, and they made it look easy. Quick score update before we get this first Tennessee drive going. North Carolina goes on the road. They beat the Hurricanes 24-14. And even with the injury to Sam Howell, the number 3 team in the country is staying strong. They stay undefeated. They are now 7-0. But here we go. Tennessee's offense on the field for a 2nd and 9. Hendon Hooker over the middle. Well, that's not a good start. It will be Dickerson on the interception. He's looking for 6. Oh, he'll be tripped down at the 1-yard line. But the Gamecocks immediately could go up by 14. So Doty's going to hand the ball off to Kevin Harris, and Harris is in again. And this game has been going for what, 5 minutes? South Carolina up 14-0 early. Let's try this again. 3rd and 11 for the Volunteers offense. Hooker looking, nowhere to go, deep shot. Javonte Payton's not there. Hooker's 0 for 2 to start this game, and now South Carolina's got the ball back into Tennessee territory. So they hand the ball off again to Kevin Harris. Harris is going to pick up 7 yards down to the 25-yard line. Sets up for a 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks. Doty's going to think twice about throwing. He'll take off, and look at Doty. He's going to get South Carolina to the 10-yard line on a 3rd and 5. Luke Doty looking to throw to his left. He's got Josh Van, but Van's going to lose a yard on that reception, and it will force South Carolina to kick a field goal. But they're going to go up by 3 scores in the first quarter with this kick. It is good. The Gamecocks up 17-0. and we're still in the first quarter. So luckily for Tennessee, they still have time to get back in this game. Can we get our first down? We might get it right there. Tyon Evans. It'll be a 2nd and inches for Tennessee. Play action fake for Hooker, looking to throw to his left. Perfect ball to Javonte Payton. Payton's got 21 yards, down to now the 40-yard line on a 1st and 10. Hooker again looking to throw, taking a shot downfield, and Jalen Hyatt's got it. Hyatt for 27 yards to the 13. It'll now be a 2nd and 11 for Tennessee. Hooker's going to keep on a read option, breaking a tackle. He breaks another one. He'll break 2 more. Oh my goodness, Hendon Hooker. He did not want to go down. It's a 14-yard touchdown for Hooker. And Tennessee goes down by 10. It's 17-7, South Carolina with the lead. Let's see if the defense can get off the field, but Luke Doty's gonna scramble, and he's got a 1st down easily. Give Doty 16 yards on that run. It's now a 3rd and 2 though for the Gamecocks. Handoff, they're going to Kevin Harris. Harris has got the 1st down. This South Carolina run attack, so hard to contain. Now it's a 3rd and 2. They'll boot it to the left with Doty. Doty's gonna take off. He's got the 1st down. Big hit by Flowers, but Doty's gonna hold on for a gain of 8. And we now go into the 2nd quarter. The Gamecocks still at the football. They're up by 10, 17-7. 3rd and 8 for South Carolina at the 30. Doty dropping back, looking to throw the football. He will get it off to Harris. Kevin Harris is going to be short of the marker. It's a gain of 8, but now it's a 4th and inches, and a huge decision for the Gamecocks. They're going to go for it. Can the defense get off the field? They're going to stop Kevin Harris in the backfield. Harris is going to lose 2 yards, and what a big stop right there for the Tennessee defense, because now the offense getting back into it. Javonte Payton for 13 yards and a 1st down, sets up for a 1st and 10 handoff to Tyon Evans. Evans to the outside, breaking off some tackles. Give Evans a gain of 7. It'll now be a 3rd and inches. We go back to Tyon Evans, and he's got yet another 1st down. Tyon Evans for a gain of 12. Move them chains again for a 2nd and 10. Hooker to his right. He's got Javonte Payton. Payton for 14 yards, and I think this Tennessee offense is back. So a 3rd and 5. Huge play for Hendon Hooker over the middle. Jalen Hyatt. Oh, he'll get in. Some missed tackling by South Carolina, and Jalen Hyatt's into the end zone. And just like that, the team that was down 17-0 has cut the lead to 3. It's 17-14 for South Carolina with Luke Doty getting the football back somehow. He'll gun that one into Josh Vann. Don't know how he got that one off, but there's only 2 minutes left here for South Carolina, trying to at least get into field goal range. So Doty over the middle. He's got his receiver one more time. Vann's still on his feet. After the stiff arm, Josh Vann's going to pick up 16 yards. SC will use their timeout. It is now a 3rd and 3. Doty dropping back, looking. He's going to run right into his own O-line. And Luke Doty will be dropped for a loss of 3. Barron with the sack. And South Carolina will come out to kick the field goal, which will be good. So it's now 20-14 for South Carolina. But did you leave Hendon Hooker just a little bit too much time here in the 2nd quarter? He's going to find Javonte Payton on the out route for a pickup of 17, setting up for a 1st and 10. Hooker looking to throw on the slant route. It's Payton one more time. 12-yard gain right there for the receiver. They've now got a 3rd and 11, 14 seconds to go, and it will be Cedric Tillman. On the corner out, Tillman's got 18 to the 22. It's a 1st and 10 with 11 seconds to go. Tennessee with 1 timeout left. They won't burn it right there, because it will be Hooker to Hyatt down to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, Hooker guns it into Velus Jones. And Velus Jones' first catch is colossal. It's going to put Tennessee on top with the extra point. The Volunteers go up by 1. The score is now 21-20 going into the 2nd half. Disregard end of 1st quarter. My game's bugging, but now we go into the 2nd half. Again, up by 1. And the Volunteers start with the football. 2nd and 3. It will be a shovel option for Hendon Hooker. He's gonna pitch it at the last second. Oh my goodness. Somehow it's gonna get to Tyon Evans, and Tyon Evans is gonna make something out of nothing. Evans will get the Volunteers down to the South Carolina 43-yard line, where now it's a 1st and 10. Hooker on a play-action fake, looking to throw, scrambling to his right. He's got Jalen Hyatt. Hyatt's now down to the 25 after a pickup of 19 yards. Now Hooker's got a 3rd and 5. Again looking to throw. Scrambling to his right, Hendon Hooker breaks off a sack. He'll get it off. Oh, we're lucky that wasn't picked. Oh my goodness. We'll bring out the kick team. Shout out to Sports Zone for letting me know how to actually kick. I've been playing this game for so long, and I think I finally got it. So we hit the field goal and now go up by 4. It's 24-20, and South Carolina gets the football back, and they go 3 and out. Kevin Harris is going nowhere. Juwan Mitchell with the big hit in the backfield. Tennessee's offense back with it on a 3rd and 14. What a ball and what a grab. Jacob Warren for 24 yards. Move them sticks for the Volunteers. 1st and 10 for Hooker. Play action fake. Looking to throw the football to his right. He's got Javonte Payton. Payton for a pickup of 10. We move the sticks for the Volunteers, but now they face a 3rd and 16. Hooker dropping back. He'll let one loose. Javonte Payton can't get there. And I think Tennessee's going to have to punt the football back to the Gamecocks. So South Carolina's going to get it back from their own 35-yard line after a very good return. And now we're letting Luke Doty get out of the pocket. And Doty's going to pick up 15 using his feet. It's now a 2nd and 12 for South Carolina. Doty over the middle has got his receiver for the 3rd time today. It is Joyner, and Joyner has got 14 yards for SC. It will now be a 2nd and 5 with 30 seconds left. They hand it off to the backup running back. Right there, it was Juju McDowell. McDowell's got 6 yards, and that's how we end the 3rd quarter with that 1st down run. We go into the 4th with the number 24 ranked team in the country up by 4. One of these games at home, man, you gotta have them if you're Tennessee. Luke Doty on a 3rd and 9 will get it to Kevin Harris on the screen, and he's going nowhere. Mitchell's gonna bring him down. It'll be a 4th and 9, and South Carolina will attempt the field goal. That one's up, and it's good. South Carolina cuts the lead to 1, 24-23 for Tennessee. You need a good drive here. Hooker trying to gun one in there, and it's incomplete. Darius Rush is going to bring it down, and now South Carolina immediately will get the football back with a chance to at least take the lead. Luke Doty's going to stay on his feet. He takes a huge hit, but Doty will hold on to the football after a gain of 12 yards to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 again for the Gamecocks. Doty scrambling to his right in the flats. He has got Kevin Harris. Harris for 9 yards. It will now be a 2nd and 1 for South Carolina. Doty going back to Juju McDowell. McDowell still on his feet, refusing to go down, and McDowell is going to turn that run into 10 yards. It's a 1st and 10 for South Carolina. They go back to the halfback draw, and Kevin Harris can't be touched right now. Give him 13 this time. South Carolina is having their way right now. But it's a 3rd and 9. They go to a screen. Kevin Harris looking for the end zone. We're going to make the stop at the 2. It'll be a 4th and 1 for South Carolina, and they're going to kick the field goal. It's a chip shot. They'll go up by 2, but at least it gives Tennessee a shot. A field goal will retake the lead for the Volunteers. It's a 2-minute drill. 2nd and 4 for Hendon Hooker. He will look. He's going to be hit, and he stays on his feet, and Hendon Hooker is going to escape, and he'll run for 12 yards. Big run right there for Hendon Hooker. It's now a 2nd and 10 for Tennessee. Hooker again dropping back, scrambling to his right, trying to get away from the pressure. He'll do exactly that. Hooker over midfield. He fumbles the football, but out of bounds, and Hooker's got 22 yards. But now it's a 3rd and 6, a minute 13 to go. Hooker over the middle, got a man wide open on the slant route. Javonte Payton keeps the game alive again. Tennessee down the 19-yard line. 39 seconds to go. It's a 2nd and 8. Hooker rolling, and he's sacked down, and he loses 9. Exactly what you can't have. Now it's a 3rd and 17 for Tennessee. Hooker trying. He misses Cedric Tillman. And here it is, man. It's a 43-yard field goal. Can Tennessee take the lead with 30 seconds to go? They will! Oh my goodness, Tennessee goes up by 1. Job's not done. We gotta get a stop, but it's 27-26 for the Volunteers. Luke Doty back out on the field for a 1st and 10. He's got 24 seconds left. He'll check it down to Kevin Harris, but they're short of the 1st down marker. So South Carolina will have to use a timeout with 16 seconds to go. They're just gonna try to pick up the 1st down. They'll get it, but Kevin Harris is gonna drop the football. Oh my goodness, Tennessee forces a turnover. Blakely picks it up, and he gotta go down. Just to be sure, Blakely doesn't score the touchdown. It's the team move right there, because if you score, it's still an 8-point game, and technically, South Carolina's still in it with 2 seconds, but it's a team play right there by Blakely. He doesn't take the touchdown, and the Tennessee Volunteers win at home. They win it by 1. Your final from Knoxville, 27-26. For the number 24 team in the nation. Tennessee will stay ranked with the victory, and it's a huge one here against the South Carolina Gamecocks. And in just a couple of seconds, we're going to be checking out more of our recruiting board, but again, all around a very solid game for the Tennessee Volunteers. You gotta escape with victories here in SEC play, and honestly, man, the goal for this season was bowl eligible. We're a game away from that, and we still got a date with Vandy left. So, hey, man, it's looking good. Let's go beat Alabama next week. So we go back to our recruiting board. We're in the lead currently for Arch Manning. Still in the lead, man. It's a battle between us and Mississippi State. It is a recruiting battle between the two schools. We're locked in, man. We're close. We are very close to getting Arch Manning. Let's hope we can get the job done and bring Arch back to the same place where Peyton Manning played earlier in his career. Look at Jared Malloy, too. Still looking good on him. We still got some backup plans for quarterbacks if we don't get Manning. Of course, Joe Milton is still in line to start next season, but we still got Allen Jefferson. You got Nicholas Mays. You got some guys just in case if Arch Manning does not want to commit to Tennessee. We've got some backup plans. Running back, you got Garrett Butler. He's really our only guy we've got at that position right now. He's basically a lock, though, to head on over to Tennessee. We're beating Auburn and all these other teams at Texas A&M by a pretty wide margin. You look at our wide receivers. Gonna check those in just a second here. No fullbacks still on the list as well. But you look at our receivers. Ron Jackson is number one. He's a speed receiver. We're beating out Texas by a very large margin. It's looking like Ron Jackson will be coming to the team. Central Michigan, though, the Chippewas making a very hard push to try to land him as well. But I think Ron Jackson will be on this team's 48% locked to the Volunteers. We're going to add more points to his tally as well, get him to around 250 so we can keep gaining on Central Michigan. Marcus Goddard, man, it's looking very good. Goddard, Arkansas's falling behind the man from Kentucky. Let's hope we can get Goddard and add him to the team. I think we're going to get him. We're still gaining on West Virginia here for the race to get Ronald Sullivan. I'm telling you, man, this could be one of our better recruiting classes of all time. We're gonna keep adding guys, man. Stephen Cox. You've got Moses as well. Julius Sullivan, I believe, is a JUCO player. That's why he's not getting that's why he's not getting recruited as much as you would think. But still, we're leading Arkansas for him. Nate Wesley looking very good in the race between us and Louisiana State. Charlie Fernandez, we've been locked out. I don't know why he's still on the board, but we're out of the Fernandez race. But Nate Wesley still looking very good. You check his top schools. It's us and LSU. All those other ones are out, and we're still gaining every single week on Louisiana State. Taylor Novak's going to be tough. He's a 76 overall center. He wants to go to Southern Miss right now? Really? Over us, Auburn, A&M, and South Carolina. We are going all in on Taylor Novak. I think 100% we can steal him away from Southern Miss. I don't think Southern Miss can really compete to really what we have to offer. Come on now. And Lonnie Cobb's out of it. He's going to go to Alabama. That's whatever. And when I said Novak was a center, I meant he's a guard, obviously. But look at our DNs now. We're not getting Alan Moss. We're not getting Travis Mack as well. Actually, I think we still have a chance with Travis Mack. Yeah, we're still in first place. Actually, no one's recruiting him. And as for Justin Poole, I think we're doing it pretty solid as well. I guess we're going to invest a lot of points right now in Alan Moss. Do we get him? Probably not, if we're being honest with ourselves, but I don't know. We'll see. Kyle Rogers, we are beating Texas Christian and Utah by a pretty fair margin. Fred Booker, I doubt we're going to get. Washington State and Stanford. He's got a lot of Pac-12 teams on his radar. I doubt we're going to get him. Sam Burley is looking like he's going to go to Arkansas. Anthony Gray and Stephen Fuller, we're going to land both those guys, even though they're not very good. Like, I wouldn't be too afraid if Auburn gets one of those guys. I don't really give a damn. John Kerry's pretty much committed at this point, and our new kicker potentially in James Norton is looking pretty good as well. You look at our athletes too. Malloy's looking almost like a lock at this point. Serge Johnson, we're gaining on USC. We're winning here on Andrew Richardson, and we're winning on Maurice Brooks as well. We keep on gaining right there on Auburn with Richardson. And yeah, our recruiting board, folks, keeps looking better and better as now we move to episode number 8 of the Tennessee Volunteers Dynasty Mode. And folks, if you want that episode by this weekend, 55 likes in this episode, and we'll get that game against Bama out, of course, for this weekend. So folks, thank y'all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Also make sure to hit that like button too for some more Tennessee Dynasty here on the channel. Good folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.